Welcome everybody to another virtual event presented to you by the Mesquite Arts Council. I'm your host and instructor Erica Guajardo, and today we're going to be creating pencil bags, great for back to school. I will instruct you how to create a bag that zips from the top or a bag that zips from the middle. They're fairly easy, and it should only take you about 30 minutes to complete. So if you're ready to get started, so am I. The next step is to grab your 12-inch zipper, face it down onto the edge of one side of the fabric, clamp it down with either some sewing clamps or you can pin this down. You don't have to overly pin or overly clamp. I use about 3. Once these are clamped down, you'll notice that there is one side of the zipper and the other side of the zipper. So this is 1 and 2. What I'm doing is keeping the clamp on side 2 of the zipper. I put the foot down so that this side of the foot is on the edge of the material. Once you have gone all the way down, you want to make sure that you knot the end again with your 3-stitch rule. One going forward, then going back, and then going forward again. Once you've created that knot, you want to lift the foot of the sewing machine, raise the needle all the way to the top, then pull and trim the thread. We currently have the zipper attached to one side of the fabric. The next step is to attach it to the other side. So you're just going to open it up and then move it towards the other side. Basically, we're going to repeat the same instructions on the opposite side. So remember to clip in 3 separate spaces. Now we're going to sew the other side. We're going to make our knot. I make sure to stop the sewing machine before I actually put my hand towards the needle. This will prevent any accidental injury. You should now have something that looks like this. We want to open up the zipper, then roll over the material onto the inner of the zipper. So what we're doing is rolling over the material to the inner of the zipper. I don't pin this part because for me it's easier to just sit it in place underneath the foot. It should look like this when it's sitting underneath the foot. Once you have the flip piece sitting underneath the foot and in place onto the zipper, begin to sew. Once you're done, it should look like this. Remember to try to keep your position as straight as possible when sewing, because this exterior will be seen by the public. We're going to repeat on the other side. So flip it around, you'll be going in reverse. And what helps in this process is that my zipper was a little bit longer than my overall bag. So this makes it easier to sew. The next part is to re-zipper your bag. Fold it over so that everything looks nice and taut. Pin in place. And make sure that your little zipper head is behind the fabric. We're getting towards the end, so what we're going to do is move down our sewing foot, make a stitch. I am currently sewing on the zipper itself. Go all the way back and then come back forward. Remember, whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other. And you could kind of see that my fabric didn't completely line up. So what you want to do in that case is actually sew on the side that's smaller. You should have something that looks like this. I'm going to snip off these even with the fabric. So there are many different types of ways that you could sew this bag from here on out. If you wanted to look like this at the finishing end, then you would sew it in this position. We currently want a look that opens from the middle. So what we're going to do is going to open this up and then position it so that it has a layout that is somewhat 1/3 to 2/3. This is going to allow us to open it from the middle. We want to pin this in place. On both sides. Next step is to actually prepare to sew it closed. So we're going to be sewing on the side, and it's okay to sew completely through the zipper. The final step is to actually hide these on the inside. What professionals do are usually they serge the edges so that they don't fray, but we're not using a serge machine. They're quite expensive, so the next best thing is to hide them. And what I'm going to do is do a top stitch on the outside to actually remove the exposed edge. So flip your bag inside out. When turning your fabric inside out, if you like extremely pointed corners, just put a chopstick in them, or push them with your scissors. Make sure to not do this too hard so that it doesn't put a hole into the fabric, yet just guides it to the point, the desired shape. If you want it more rounded, keep it as so. Well, I hope you had just as much fun as I did during this workshop. And please remember that we're in full effect of fall programming. This includes tote and go services, Mac doodles, and virtual workshops via our YouTube channel. We will also be offering handouts which offer fun cardboard art opportunities. So please visit our lobby Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, to pick up what you need. Till we see each other again, stay safe